Hello guys, I'm Channel Koto. I hope you all are doing well. And I've prepared a very interesting video for you, so let's get right into the video. The majority of us have undoubtedly swum in the sea and tasted its water. Have you ever thought about why the sea is salty? What makes the sea so salty? This is the question we will address today. Water covers 2/3 of the Earth's surface, with salty seawater accounting for 97% of it. Only 3% of the water on our globe is fresh, with the remaining 2% trapped in ice caps, glaciers, and soils. This leaves less than 1% as fresh, liquid water in rivers, lakes, and streams, which plays an important role in explaining why the sea is salty. Water circulates around our world in a sun-driven cycle, from the sea to the sky, to the land, and back to the sea. When the sun heats the seawater, it turns into a gas called water vapor, which rises into the air by a process known as evaporation. Water vapor cools and condenses into liquid water while floating in the air, generating clouds, a process known as condensation. This water eventually falls as rain, sleet, hail, or snow from the clouds in the sky. This is referred to as precipitation. When rain falls on land, the water runs down into streams and rivers before eventually returning to the sea. The sun then heats the sea water, and the cycle begins again. You're probably still perplexed as to where the salt comes into play. Rain, on the other hand, isn't simply pure water. It also contains little amounts of chemicals like carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, which are absorbed by the water while it's still in the air. This indicates that rain is only slightly acidic, but not enough to do you any harm. When rain falls on the ground, the weak acid can dissolve small amounts of mineral salts, such as sodium and chloride, from the rocks, which subsequently enter the water. The principal salt in seawater is sodium chloride, which you may have on your table at home. Rainwater runs off the land and into rivers and streams that flow all the way to the sea, bringing with it the dissolved salts. But, if these dissolved salts are carried by rivers and streams, why aren't they as salty as the sea? In actuality, they only carry trace amounts of these salts. The salts in the seas have accumulated over billions of years, and seawater has 300 times the amount of dissolved salts as river water. To put it another way, a liter of seawater contains 35 grams of salts, whereas a liter of freshwater has only 0.5 grams. That's why we say seawater has a far higher salinity, or salt concentration, than freshwater running via rivers and streams. Some salts can also reach the waters from hot vents on the ocean floor and volcanoes both on land and at sea. Some salts, especially chloride, are also carried around as part of the water cycle. These are referred to as cyclic salts, and they originated in volcanoes. Because salt is constantly flowing from the land to the sea, you might believe the sea is becoming saltier. However, some of this salt is removed by algae and sea creatures, and some is deposited as sediment on the ocean floor. As a result, the salt that enters the sea maintains a balance with the salt that is deposited or removed. The salinity of the sea varies from place to place. More evaporation occurs in warmer, tropical areas, resulting in saltier water. Melting ice dilutes seawater near the North and South Poles, making the water less salty. This is entirely natural. This brings us to the end of our subject. If you enjoyed today's topic, please like and subscribe.